Hey guys, welcome back to Daredevil Reviews, and happy April Fools, I guess. I'm not gonna do anything this year. I don't, frankly, have time. I didn't have time to come up with anything good, so instead I'm just gonna work on the usual shit. So we're here on Season 2, Episode 3, New York's Finest. This is the first substantial interaction between Daredevil and Punisher so far in the season. And as everyone else is pointing out, I'm going to point out to you, yeah, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. I feel like the big... So far, I've watched a couple episodes as I know a little bit what they do with Elektra, but I think the big theme through this season is going to be moral relativity. And between, like, Punisher and Daredevil and eventually Elektra. And I have some theories on that. I'm kind of what they're going for this season, but I'm going to wait till I get into those episodes where I really talk about that. In the meantime, this episode basically starts off not too long after the end of the last episode where Daredevil is having this trippy-ass dream sequence where Karen is a nun and he's like dabbing blood in his head, and that was kind of trippy. And then he wakes up to find out he's been chained on the roof, but Punisher's there and he's taunting him. He's like doing this whole... not taunting him necessarily, he just kind of chains him up there, and Daredevil does the majority of the talking until Daredevil pisses him off, in which case they kind of have an argument about their own ideas of right and wrong, their own forms of justice. And really, that's the core of the episode. And honestly, I found that more interesting than the fight scene that happens at the end. And by the way, it's a phenomenal fight scene. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but first things first, I want to talk about how well the character interaction is between Punisher and Daredevil here, and how they're both kind of explaining their own worldview. Why, kind of saying why they take a life, why they don't take a life, why they think it's wrong, why they think it's not wrong, and you can definitely see out of both characters' perspective. Out of the two, honestly, I think Daredevil comes off as being more of a snarky asshole at times, but at the same time, while you're not necessarily supposed to agree with the Punisher viewpoint, you totally get what he's saying, and honestly, he's kind of right. In that, just people always do the bad thing, and Daredevil's just like, no, I believe people have a chance of redemption, they deserve that chance. You can see where he's coming from, too, but at the same time, you can also understand where the Punisher's coming from, and not necessarily justify his actions, but okay, honestly, I can accept it. I can kind of accept it, okay, yeah, go kill those fuckers. Go kill those fuckers. All accumulating, of course, in the death of Grotto. Sad, not really. A lot of people in this show really care about Grotto, even though he's kind of a douchebag. I think it comes down to Daredevil and Karen and Foggy's idea of just right and wrong and trying to help anyone, no matter how downtrodden. Noble. But really, is it such a bad thing Grotto died? I don't know. If you agree with me, say so in the comments, or think I'm a heartless bastard, say so in the comments. But, no, scene elements are fantastic. It has a great slow build. And I'm loving what, God damn it, I wish I knew his name, Shane is doing with the Punisher. I love that just dead heat intensity he has with this role. Just dead fucking eyes. John Bernthal, that's his name. I have the IMDb page open right here. But he just brings us such brilliant intensity, and he just there's just no, you can tell this is a guy who just has no easy moments. There's no point he's gonna relax. He looks like he's gonna fuck somebody up every chance he gets. Not to say he doesn't have moments of levity or he can't laugh or doesn't have other emotions, but when he's in game mode, he's in fucking game mode, and he just it's fucking terrifying. And again, another brilliant setup, and I believe they took this from the comics. I only found this out later, in the fact that after Daredevil and Punisher keep arguing back and forth after a while, Punisher eventually knocks out Daredevil and duct tapes a revolver to his hand while he's still chained, and basically says, I'm going to kill Grotto, who I found trying to run away, if you don't shoot me in the head, because I'm backed up head to toe, so you can't shoot me anywhere, so you can only shoot me in the head to save Grotto's life. And of course, Punisher doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to kill anybody. It really is kind of like in the Joker scene in The Dark Knight, where it's doing the whole, you have to choose between Harvey Dent and Rachel Dawes, that kind of thing, except that was choosing between two innocents, and this one's more of trying to choose to kill a murder. No. Honestly, a better comparison is Under the Red Hood. Under the Red Hood, where, of course, Jason Todd forced Batman to choose between him and the Joker. That's a better comparison. This one, though, there is no magical third option that Daredevil chooses to save both of them. Grotto still dies. He shoots the chain, so he doesn't technically have to kill anybody, but Grotto still dies regardless. And all that accumulates as after Punisher realizes he's gonna lose. Like, he's not gonna win this. He goes and he pisses off the Dogs of War gang that's hanging out downstairs, and basically forces the entire gang of like 20 plus people out of there and into this building. And after Daredevil knocks out Punisher, Daredevil then has to go through the building in one single tracking shot. They did it again. The motherfuckers did it again. They did the long tracking shot, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I love it's great. Like use one long tracking scene. I feel like it's over twice as long as the last one they did, where they just follow him through this hallway, down these stairs, with a chain in one hand and a fucking duct tape revolver in the other hand, just beating the fucking shit out of these guys, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I'm always weary of, like, sequels or season 2s where they just try to do, like, oh, everyone liked this part about the first season, so let's just take that part and just do it bigger, just do it better. And that could easily backfire. And it has in a lot of examples I can think of on top of my head. A lot of sequels have this problem. But this one does it right. It knows what it's doing. It's wonderfully choreographed. It's wonderfully acted, and you can tell a lot of effort went into making this right, and it shows. It's fucking fantastic. Honestly, though, like, it was just the cool visuals, like just Daredevil whipping the chain over his head and knock out a light above his head and shit like that. Honestly, it made me really, 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 really wish that they can afford to make a Ghost Rider Netflix TV show. Oh my god, how fantastic would that be? They have the rights now. They could totally do it. I just don't know if they can afford the CGI budget that it would require. But oh my god, it'd be amazing if they could do that. I would like, that'd be fantastic. It would totally fit in with the darker, grittier stuff too. Can you imagine Daredevil or Punisher running into a fucking Ghost Rider? That'd be fucking amazing. Not with Nicolas Cage, though. I love those movies, but not with Nicolas Cage. But anyway, I digress. So, meanwhile, I'm liking Foggy more this season. Foggy, I feel, is more useful. And even the others, I've seen up to episode 6 so far, I should point that out. Although I'm going to go back and rewatch them so I can properly review them. But I'm liking I feel like Foggy's more useful on this season. I feel like he's more on his own. I don't know if that changes in the second half of the season. Again, I'm hoping it's not, because I'm actually really liking Foggy in this season. I feel like he's actually competent. He actually has purpose. He's actually telling people off and convincing people to stand down, which is useful. He's not telling Matt Murdock not to be Daredevil, which was my least favorite part of last season. Honestly, I just feel like he has a lot more going on, and he's a lot more useful than he was the last season. That's a huge plus for that character. But oh, that's really good. Karen does her own thing, where I guess they're setting up the DA, like the bitchy DA, as a villain this season. I mean, like, it was clear from the last episode that she was going to be a bitchy DA, but this one it feels like they're setting up as like an overarching villain through the rest of the season. And I don't know how I feel about that, because right now I just like, okay, if she's just a side character as just the bitchy DA, I can kind of overlook that. But it looks like they're kind of going for the overarching take down the corrupt DA storyline. Was like, okay, if we're gonna do that, we really need more backstory. We need more from the DA as a character to make that worthwhile. Otherwise, it's gonna be really irritating. But that's something we'll talk about more as the episodes go on. Other than that, like, it's firing on all fronts, and I know just the next episode after this just gets even better. So, it's gonna be good. We're on a good roll here. I mean, so far, like, I mean, again, I don't want to talk about too much right now until I actually get a chance to actually review those episodes, but I'm really liking the season so far. Like, even when it switches gears in the second half, like, I'm really digging it. I'm really getting invested into it. So, like, I've heard complaints about that, and I definitely see them, but they're not bothering me so far, so we'll see where it goes. I think that's all I got for New York's Finest, though. If I forget anything, I'll mention in the next video. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to watching stuff and working on stuff. In fact, I got a very special video I just wrote last night. It was one of those spur-of-the-moment, had a great idea, typed it all out kind of movie videos, but I think it's going to turn really well when it's done. So I'm going to work on that too tonight, and I'll be out soon. So hope you guys like this particular Daredevil review, and see you on my next video, whatever the hell that is. Bye-bye.